But I think we've all been in a position before where, because the way someone keeps their commitments with us, we sense their level of gratitude for us. And when we love and honor and respect someone, the commitments that we have to them will be loved and honored and respected differently. Hello friends, I'm Matthew Pilling, Chief Overthinker with a Pilling Perspective. This is the 11th video in our gratitude series, and today we're going to overthink a little bit about gratitude and our commitments. And the connection between gratitude and commitments may not be super obvious when we think about gratitude itself, but I think we've all been in a position before where, because the way someone keeps their commitments with us, we sense their level of gratitude for us. There's a story in the Bible, a young man named Joseph who was sold into Egypt as a slave by his brothers. They had some issues with him. They decided the best thing to do, instead of killing him, was to just get rid of him so that he wouldn't be a part of their lives anymore. So they sold him into slavery. And while in slavery, he ended up being a servant in the household of a man named Potiphar. Potiphar saw his skills and put him in charge of basically everything, which gave him opportunity, which made it so that even though he was a slave, he was a very well compensated slave. He was taken care of. And he was rewarded for the responsibility that he took in this household. Now, Potiphar's wife came to Joseph on multiple occasions, asking him to lie with her, asking him to betray her husband's trust, essentially. And Joseph, even though he had been raised to believe in God and believe in the commandments, when tempted by her, he didn't say, hey, the commandments say I shouldn't do this, therefore I won't. Or my parents taught me I shouldn't do something like this, therefore I won't. What he said was, after everything Potiphar has done for me, how could I do this thing against him and sin against God? And I know I described in an earlier video that when my mom had cancer, that she did some things for me that no person with cancer has business doing. But because she loves me, because I was her son, she stepped in and did them anyways. And the effect that that had on me, I've talked about how it changed my relationship with her. One of the biggest ways that it changed my relationship was it made me feel more committed to her, made me feel more committed to the things that she had raised me to be. After seeing her sacrifice and feeling the weight of that, I was in a position where I did not want to do anything to hurt or betray her. When we begin to understand the cost of what other people have done for us, and when we, in that process, then begin to feel the message that they are communicating to us by paying that cost, it deepens the relationship, but it really should put them in a position in our heart and in our soul of love and honor and respect. And when we love and honor and respect someone, the commitments that we have to them will be loved and honored and respected differently. If you struggle in keeping commitments, often people presume that that's a problem with willpower and that your word doesn't mean anything. And there can be truth to that. But I think that if you struggle with keeping commitments, putting yourself in a spot where you spend some time considering why you chose to be committed to the person you're failing now. Why did you choose to be committed to them? What was it about them that led you to feel that? And then if you go through the same activity we've talked about of understanding the cost of what made them that way and what message have they been trying to communicate to you, even if it's subconsciously, in being that way for you, it can get you past some of the things that maybe block you from keeping those commitments. There could also be deeper psychological or other issues going on. So I don't want to say that this is a surefire, absolute way that you will automatically always keep all of your commitments. But I do believe that as we take time to see people for who and what they really are and appreciate that correctly and place the right value on it, we start to see them as people instead of as objects or means to ends. And when we see them as people and value them correctly, there's a lot greater tendency to keep our commitments to them. It's a simple idea. Like I said, we've all felt before when someone tells us thanks, but their actions say otherwise. And if you will spend the time to really appreciate someone, to deepen your gratitude for them, you will also deepen your sense of commitment to them. I hope that idea helps. If so, please share it. Please like the channel, please subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you.